Welcome to an Achieving Science video. This video is going to look at mixtures. So what is a mixture? Let's have a look at a definition. A mixture is made up of elements and or compounds that are not chemically joined. And that's important, they are not chemically joined. So examples include air, seawater and crude oil. Now it's important that they are not chemically joined because this means that they can be separated, and this is important. And in this video we're going to look at some of the separation techniques that can be used. Before we do so then, we need to look at dissolving and what happens when a substance dissolves. Let's use an everyday scenario where we have a cup of tea. In the cup of tea we're going to dissolve some sugar to make sugary tea. And we need to know what happens to the sugar when it dissolves. Well, many students will actually say it disappears, and this is not the case. Just because it's no longer visible doesn't mean it's disappeared. In this case, sugar is referred to scientifically as the solute, the solid that is dissolving. The tea is called a solvent. The solute will then dissolve in the solvent due to the particles of the solute fitting in between the gaps of the solvent particles. We can see this more clearly if we actually use a particle model. To do this then, we need to use symbols and have a key to show what is happening. So first of all, let's deal with the tea. If we look inside the teacup, we will find that there is tea inside the tea. Therefore, there are tea particles. Now, if we add the sugar, we can see that the sugar particles are much smaller, and these sugar particles are able to fit between the gaps. This allows the sugar to dissolve within the tea. Now let's use some of the separation techniques and have a closer look at how we can separate the elements and or compounds within a mixture. The methods that you need to be aware of for your exam include fractional distillation, crystallization, distillation and chromatography. Let's begin first of all by looking at distillation. You probably have seen this setup in your science laboratory at school. Simple distillation is used to separate a mixture of liquids, e.g. coloured inks. A more complex method would therefore be fractional distillation. This is able to separate a mixture of liquids, e.g. crude oil. This works because different liquids have different boiling points. You will cover more detail in this in a separate video. Next, we can use the process of chromatography. Again, there is a separate video that details this process. Within this process, a solvent moves through the paper, the chromatography paper. As it moves, it will carry different compounds, different distances. The distance travelled depends upon the attraction for the paper and the solvent. The final process that we need to go through is crystallization. You maybe have or use crystallization dishes at school. You usually place these over a Bunsen burner on a tripod. This process is used to separate a solid that has dissolved in a liquid and made a solution. This process would therefore be used to extract salt from salty water.